What's up guys? How we doing? DJI R3. I was supposed to get this video out for the photo mode to show you guys and didn't have enough time. The weather has been so inconsistent here that every time I want to film on my film day, it's raining. The sky's clear, but it's pissing down with rain. And then when it's sunny, it's like a Wednesday, it leaves me less than 24 hours to shoot and edit a video, which is not feasible when you work a full-time job. I would have suffered burnout and I'm not having that again. So that video will come out the following week, so stay tuned for that. This video, we're gonna be talking about my first impressions and things that I have noticed since my first and second flight flying the DJI R3. Things that you should know before buying it. Some positives, some negatives. What I'm decided I'm going to do is, instead of doing one long video with all the functions and everything with the R3, if you've read my YouTube community post, I'm gonna break it down into a series of videos. That way it's more searchable for you guys. Instead of trying to find that one video and then skip to the correct part in that video, I'm just gonna break it up into a series of videos. So that's the plan with the R3. Obviously, you're gonna have a lot of content coming through. If there's anything you want to bring up quicker, rather than me just go through the menu system in a systematic way, let me know in the comment section down below. That being said, let's talk about some of the first things I've discovered with this. First thing that I discovered with this drone, I've flown it in, let's say, gusty conditions, not crazy winds, and this thing was rock solid, like just stable, no problems, even when trying to do an orbit or an arc around the subject, just no problems. Having heard other people's drones, this is not that bad. It's actually quite low. Like the Mini 3 Pro or the Mini 3 is a quiet drone compared to this. That's like whisper quiet. However, this is still quiet. When I was flying it yesterday, no one was really bothered by it. It was actually very, unless it's like low to the ground in your face, when it's up in the air, can't hear anything. It's not noticeable at all. So yeah, and it's super smooth. It's just a beast in the air. It's incredible, really. So the second point to the R3. So coming from the DJI Mini 2, there's very little functions on there. Not that I use them that often. Having taken a look at all the functions available, it's very overwhelming. We're gonna break that down into several sections and which one I think will be the preferred method in my opinion. Obviously, you can decide what will be your preference, but it's good to cover everything so we can see how the R3 functions. So yeah, very overwhelming if you're coming from a DJI Mini 2 or a lesser drone. This is gonna have way more functionality and options for you. Third point, so when traveling with this drone, you can keep the props on. Bear with me. I'm gonna have to show you guys. I don't know if it's gonna be in frame. So I take the props off when I'm traveling with the drone and I just put them in the front pocket here. I just leave them here. And the reason for that is because I don't want to damage them during transport or bend them, because you have to inspect the props before every flight. You can attach them to the drone and travel with them, but I think preferably better to take them off. So when you do get the drone out the bag, it comes with it labeled A and B here. So it makes it very easy to tell which prop goes on which part of the drone. However, when you don't have the plastic anymore, how can you tell? Well, it's pretty simple. If you look at these two here, there is a gray circle and a black circle, and all you have to do is literally match the color according to the prop on the drone. So the gray would go with the gray and the black will go with the black. Super easy. Till I looked at the manual and read that, I was like, oh, now I'm not gonna have a problem. And you know what, and even if you didn't know that, they only go in one way anyway. So if you try to put the wrong blade on the wrong side, it just won't go in because it has like these tiny little divots. I don't know if you could see that. It will have those tiny little divots and it just won't go in. So don't force it in. It will go in normally, but the telltale sign is the colors and the props. What is next? Oh, yes. This one's annoying and it's not to do with the R3. DJI RC2. I'm gonna need my, bear with me. So the DJI RC2 has internal storage and you can use an SD card. However, I don't know why DJI did this, but you literally cannot get the SD card out from the DJI RC2 without using a tool. Oh, there you go. There you go, memory card's out. And the same thing for putting it in. Not that this is something that you're gonna take out regularly, but it's quite frustrating having to, there you go. super annoying. Like, why did they design it like this? The fact that I have to carry this now just to take the memory card out. And then, do you know what? The annoying thing is I wanted the SD card. This is actually following on to my next point, which is point 5. Following on to point 5, I wish my screen captures will be saved to the SD card, but they're not. They're saved to the internal memory. So all the photos and videos you take will be cached to the SD card, which is cool. Just in case something happens with the drone, at least you have a backup there. However, like, why is the screen recordings not on the SD card too? And the only way to get the screen recordings off, especially if you're a Mac user, is you have to download Android file transfer, which is free, turn the controller on, and then when you plug it in, it automatically pops up. Go to the movies folder, because that's where screen recordings are kept, and then just drag and drop the clips that wherever they are on your desktop. But yeah, that's super frustrating. The fact that you can't wirelessly transfer these to your phone or even to your Mac. I hope DJI fixed that with the firmware. But yeah, that's the two super annoying things about the DJI RC2. Other than that, this thing is great. It handled like a dream yesterday in bright sunlight at full brightness, just no problems. Signal strength, this was a good controller. But those are the only two things that I just dislike at the moment. But let's talk about a positive with the DJI RC2. And it's actually currently on my phone. So if you have a DJI mic and plug it into the controller, when you click screen record, it will record audio. Ignore the message that comes up that says incompatible device, just cancel that and don't format it, whatever you do. I have tested this out and it recorded my voice using the DJI mic to the screen recording. So essentially you can have tutorials, which is what I'm going to be doing. The drone's near me now so you can see me and hear me, I hope, because it's plugged in through the DJI RC2. Instead of having a separate camera, I can just use this. Do you know what? Let's talk about flight times. When this boots up. Whee! Currently, I have been flying to around, let's say, 25% maybe battery, and we're getting around 30 minutes flight time here. So I'll probably ignore the lesser ones. I probably just came back in early because I'm still testing. Look, 32 minutes here. So it looks like DJI advertised 46 minutes flight time. And if you're from a full battery, maybe not completely full, let's say 90%. From 90% to about 25%, it's about 30 minutes flight time. You can do a test in the future to see how long it actually lasts from just hovering. We'll do a time lapse with it at the same time, just see how they function. But yeah, not bad. I mean, I'm getting 10 extra minutes compared to the Mini 2, which is doing about 20 minutes flight time. Not bad so far. I know the batteries are still new, so they're probably not at its optimum. And if I was at 100%, I'd probably squeeze in more flight time. But stay tuned for future videos and see if we can get, how close we can get to the advertised mark. Oh yeah, let me just turn this off. Like, this is such a cool drone. With most smartphones, you have multiple cameras now, wide, medium, telephoto. And that concept is great because now you can get more variety with shots, which is why I love the fact that it has 2 lenses on here. And that 70mm is incredible. Like, it's just different shots. It also means safer flying because if you want to capture people, you can be at a much greater distance, but still capture someone in view. So it's a lot safer to be around people and you can get those minimum distances. So yeah, I love the 70mm, especially for photos. It just gives you something unique. Last point from what I discovered yesterday is obviously there's always up tilt. The Mini 2, I think, had like a 15-degree up tilt. I can't remember what it was. This has a 50, well, it says 60, but I got 58-degree up tilt, which was crazy. Some unique shots there, something you could use. Anyways, those are the things that I have discovered with the Air 3 for my first 2 flights. Obviously, there's going to be more to come. We're going to cover everything. So again, just going to repeat this again. If there's anything specific you want to know earlier, put it in the comment section down below. Otherwise, I'm just going to go systematically for each one. So next week's video is going to be single photo only, comparing 12 and 48 megapixels, 4:3 versus 16:9. And what was the other point? JPEG and RAW. So A and B will cover in a separate video, as well as time shot and multi-burst, because I don't want it to be too overwhelming and I don't want to make the video too long. So we're just gonna concentrate on single photo next week. Stay tuned for that. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to hit that like, subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you in the next one. And before you go, maybe you should check out this video, because that's what YouTube recommends next. Have a good one, guys. See you soon. Peace.